Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that the future of the Star Wars franchise is very much expansive, not just with their TV shows and their movies, but also, let's not forget about their books, novels, comics, and video games, and beyond. That's really going to define this new Star Wars universe. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Disney Star Wars is that yes, we do know that they are currently in a phase of desperation and damage control to really get out of this rut, if you will, to really embrace a more positive outlook of the franchise with George, John, and Dave. Now, given that Kathleen Kennedy, mind you, is only involved with the Leslie Headland Star Wars TV series, and that's it, she's also pretty much having a lot of problems with Leslie on that show, as we've discussed in the last video. Go ahead and check it out if you will. But one thing that's really intriguing all has to do with what's happening with Lucasfilm as a company. We do know that Lucasfilm is changing dramatically by George, John, and Dave with all of the new projects coming to light, as well as other projects out there that are being actively canceled as we speak. Now, one thing about Kathleen Kennedy is that, yes, we do know that she is the one directly responsible for essentially derailing the franchise. Really, messing up The Last Jedi and Episode 9, without a doubt, for approving of Rian Johnson's ideas and being the one to establish the reshoots and rewrites for Episode 9. And that's just to say a couple of things right there. Now, beyond all of this, now that the Skywalker saga is over, both Disney and Lucasfilm are focused on their new universe and trilogy of movies. Now, it's explained, however, that as of right now, Kathleen Kennedy is canceling a major plan for the Star Wars franchise. That she had actually control over a brand new era within the franchise itself. It's explained that as of right now, Kathleen Kennedy is in the process of canceling a major story of the High Republic era that is going to be handed over to both George Lucas and Dave Filoni. Now, this unknown project is said to have been a title for Disney Plus and is now going to be completely redone by George and Dave Filoni. Now, it's said that initially Kathleen Kennedy was the one to greenlight this High Republic project for Star Wars, and that now Kathleen Kennedy has been forced to cancel the project and hand everything over to George Lucas and Dave Filoni to restart this for the streaming service for the fans to enjoy in the next couple of years. So let's stop right here for a second. Now, this High Republic project, in case you guys did not know, you guys may very well be aware that initially there were going to be High Republic films. Those were actually canceled as well, and there were going to be actual TV shows that were also greenlit by Kathleen Kennedy. Now, recently, Kennedy was essentially forced to cancel one of the major High Republic projects for Disney Plus. This obviously, without a doubt, is a TV series, either in live action and or animated form, we're not quite sure. But nonetheless, it was going to be a TV show on Disney Plus that is now, thankfully, being reworked and restarted by George Lucas and Dave Filoni. One thing that we gotta say about Dave Filoni is that he is the true protege of George Lucas. He is the man who actually brought, the first series of animated material within the Star Wars universe, such as with the Clone Wars, and then following with that by Star Wars Rebels. And he's gonna continue to do, groundbreaking stuff within the franchise in order to really give the fans something true to look forward to, right? So, beyond all of this, alright, this is where things begin to really pick up, is that it's explained that this project is set to be a spin-off project of one of the major characters in the High Republic era of Star Wars, and that Lucas is going to make sure that everything is done correctly for the Star Wars fandom to enjoy. Now, this major plan by George is to also define this era as the Golden Age of the Jedi, where Yoda will be a main focus in the new Star Wars project that was recently canceled and is now being fully restarted. The fact that they want to make Yoda a main focus in this new series is absolutely fascinating. Now, it's not too surprising because look at what they already did with, Baby Yoda, which a common misconception is that that is Yoda as a child. That's not the case. It's just a baby version of his species. Since this movie is actually, or since that show, I should say, is set many years or some years after Return of the Jedi. So the High Republic series now, this spin-off series, if you will, that was recently canceled by Kathleen Kennedy because she was forced to, is now going to be restarted by George and Dave Filoni. This to me sounds like that what they're trying to do is that they're really trying to create that Yoda quote-unquote TV series and label it as a High Republic TV show. That's what it's really coming off as. You guys may recall many years ago, there were actual plans of a Yoda TV series for Disney Plus that was going to go over more so about his origin as a Jedi. This seems like it's falling somewhat in line with that, kind of like how The Mandalorian was the evolution of the old plans of the Boba Fett Star Wars movie and or Star Wars TV series. So, like I've said before in the past, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night